All right, welcome to episode 3. Man, if you've made it this far, I am super proud of you. It is a lot of work to get this far. I know all my videos have been extremely long. I kind of apologize for that, but at the same time, not really, because I don't want a 20-30 minute video. I want you to be engaged. Honestly, I want you to be hang on just a second here. This girl, this daughter of mine, I swear, she's gonna drive me insane. All right, let's see here. No, not that. All right. There. Edit that out. Anyway. Yeah, I want you to be engaged, right? I want you to actually want to make a game, because what we're getting to, I promise, will be awesome. And I just finished up something. I wanted to give you a quick preview of it. And I'll start, hopefully, uploading videos of this, I hope, because honestly, the 2D game, the rate we're going, won't take long. Check this out. Hope you enjoy. Wrong one. My bad. Hang on. I promise it's worth it. This is the one we want. All right. So, I believe I'm going to call this Worldcraft, and here's my idea behind it. Okay. We just finished up the terrain. Like, I just got the collision. It's still, I don't know if I can find a spot. Like, the collision is still just a touch off. Like, you can, if you get a couple blocks high, you can clip into it with the corner. But I mean, that's just fine tuning collision, so not a big deal. Maybe right here. No, not gonna happen. Okay. Anyway, and yes, you can destroy blocks. My idea is going to be Minecraft meets Final Fantasy. Okay. I love both those games, and I am so disappointed. Yeah, you can probably go find an add-on or whatever to put quests into Minecraft, but it's not the same, right? I found a couple, and they don't give the quest vibe that I want. So that's what I've been working on in between being able to put up videos, because, well, I've got a family and it gets noisy around here sometimes. So without further ado, this is what we're going to do today. So when we left off here, I'll do this. When we left off when we left off last time, this is what we had. So just come in, there's your character, right? We got our world, doing pretty good. Here's what we're going to work on now. All right, run this, and we have a title screen. We can choose through these. They don't do anything yet. Quit, kill it. We'll kill it. Yeah, okay, whatever. But we don't have any load function because we're not saving again. But anyways, new game. We get our story, whatever you want your story to be, and you can choose whichever one you want. Right now, either one will load the same texture. All right, that will be another video. We will expand the textures into the actual classes, and I think we will expand our tile manager to give us actual mappage, right? Big videos. They're all going to be big videos. I'm not going to break it up into little parts because I really want to get to the 3D, and I want to get back to actually building my 2D game. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is in our rest folder, we need to create a new package. And we're going to name this fonts. All right, now we need to get some fonts for that. So you hit your window key, R, and you search fonts. All right, hit OK, and here you go. I'm going to slide this off. Now that'll work. All right, and you just pick whatever you want. I'm going to go with Arial. Come over, bloop. There we go. We have fonts in there. That takes care of that part. Now, open up your source folder, go to main, and we need to create a font class. All right. Oh. All right. Oh, you know what? Oopsie. That should be a capital F. My bad. And then we'll just rename the file. All right. So, private static final int bitmap underscore w equals 124. And the private static final int bitmap underscore h equals 1024. We need to declare some things, so private int texture ID, private float font size, private float cent, private float decent, and private float line gap. And then private stb tt font info. Font info. Private stbtt baked char dot buffer c data, and private byte buffer ttf buffer. All right. So all we're doing is we're setting it up so it can read true font, true text font, rather. Come on. There, stop it. All right. Java. Not the Sun Tools, but Java. Okay. All right. Now let's make our what's this called? Brain went blank there for a second. Font string. Nope. Come on. String path. And float font size. And then out here we wanted to throw an exception if we don't have it. This dot font, no, not info, size equals font size. Constructor, that's the word I was trying to think of. All right, we only want to load it once, so try. This is a catch, right? Somewhere? No. Nope, just try. Okay. So come back up here. Oh yeah, so instead of that, alright, we're going to need an Eclipse file input stream file input stream equals new file input stream and throw the path. Okay, right there. And then there. File channel equals file input stream dot get channel, and now we can do that. There we go, and import file channel. All right, and true font buffer equals file channel dot map which one? I think it's this one. Guess it doesn't matter. All right, file channel dot map mode dot read only. Right, this is going to be 0, and this is going to be file channel dot size. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. All right, I promise this. I think this, if I remember correctly, is the longest thing we have to do. Could be wrong. Please don't hold me to it. Info equals stbtt font info dot create. It would help if I spelled correctly. All right, dot create, and we'll just do that. No 0 there. Okay. If it's not true type dot stbtt underscore init font info true type buffer. We're good there. Keep both those. New bracket. All right. Then we want it to throw an exception. Legal. Yep. Legal state exception and failed to init font. Plus, nope, other side. Plus path. All right. And down here we got bake font size. All right. Oh, because we haven't created it yet. All right. I honestly did not know. Let's pull that back up a little bit. And I apologize for, not really, because this is awesome. But I did not know it would require this much to switch to OpenGL from Java. I'm glad I did it. It really opened up my game for me, but yeah. did not expect it. Delete textures and texture ID. Haha, there we go. There we go. I was like, why is that an error? It shouldn't be an error. All right, we got that. Come here, and then we need to free our data, and then see data for stbtt bait char dot malloc, and that's going to be 96. Byte buffer bit map equals buffer utils dot create byte buffer and bitmap h w bit map underscore h. There we go. All right, let's scroll this down a little bit. Give my hands a little bit of a break here. It's a lot of typing, and we're close to being done, I think, with this class. And then it's really just, yeah, we're pretty close. And then it's just really just adding things into classes that we already have. All right, bait. And if I don't need all this, please let me know. This is wrong. We already have that. We need the true type. Big font bitmap. All right, and then this is TTF buffer. This is going to be pixel height, bitmap. We can get rid of this. Bitmap W, bitmap H, and then Q there. All right. If k is less than 1, we want it to throw that exception. Throw new illegal state exception stbtt underscore baked font bitmap failed. It failed, man. All right. Let's give ourselves some more room here. All right. And I'm just doing that so you can see better, by the way. All right. Texture ID equals GL11 dot GL dot, no, not dot. GL, it's not even capitalized, my bad. Let's start over. All right. Texture ID equals GL11 dot GL capital G. Where's that? Right there. What? That is not what I chose. G dot GL GEN textures. Oh my gosh. I wish we could say, I wish there could be some more copy and paste here, but there cannot be. All right. GL11, we're going to do this a lot. Dot GL bind texture GL11 dot GL underscore texture underscore 2D. Okay. And then this is texture ID. All right. GL11 dot GL text image. I would suggest doing a mistype there, so you can just go ahead and type this out and not have to fix everything. GL11 dot GL underscore texture 2D comma 0 comma GL11 dot GL underscore alpha, and just alpha, okay, and then comma bit map underscore W comma bit map underscore H comma 0 comma GL11 dot GL underscore alpha again, comma GL11 dot GL underscore unsigned underscore byte comma bitmap. Okay, this next one we can copy and paste and just change it, okay? So GL11 dot GL underscore linear no, my apologies. It is dot GL underscore, it is not even that, it's dot GL, I'll get it right here in a second, text parameter I, okay, then GL11 dot GL underscore texture underscore 2D comma GL dot, no, not GL11 dot GL underscore texture underscore, probably be better going this way. We're looking for min right there, min filter, boom, okay. And then let me get rid of that. This is not baked. It is GL11 dot GL underscore linear. All right. Whew. That one we can copy, and we need 3 more. 2, 3, 4. All right. So then we've got mag filter. Okay. Mag filter, make sure all of this is the same. Mag filter linear, okay. Then this one, we go through the 2D, and we do this is this one. This one is wrap underscore s comma, oh, where are the comma, okay. And this one is not linear, but GL12 dot GL underscore frame to edge. Okay. Now this one we can copy and paste over this one. Whoop. Sorry guys, I guess I could have saved you a little bit of time there, but yeah. And then it's not S, but T. Okay. And then font size equal to pixel height. One more thing. All right, try, is this a try and catch? It is not, it's just try, okay. Try clips memory stack equal memory stack dot stack push. And import that. All right. Int buffer A equals stack dot malloc 1. All right. Nope, other side. There we go. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy that. Why is that not? I'll have to look at that in a second. All right, but paste it 3 more times, and we're going to do D and G. Let me look at this real quick. Alright, yeah, I don't know why it's not importing, but let's do this. Import Java .nio dot int buffer. Did I type it wrong? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's supposed to be malloc int. Okay, that's probably why it didn't import. There we go. Int and int. That's why it's good to have notes. Always good to have notes. That way I'm not running around chasing my tail trying to figure out what's going on here. All right, stb true type dot stbtt underscore get font metrics font info A D G float scale float stb true type dot stbtt underscore scale for pixel height. Font info, pixel height, we're good. Ascent equals a dot get 0. Nope, inside. Come on now. Be good. Scale. Boom. And then descent equals d dot get 0 times scale. And line gap equals g dot get 0 times scale. All right, one more method and we're done here. So let's pull this back up because that closes it. And right here we're going to do public void set size. Okay. And we have bake. Oh, I guess I could have font new size. Could have left it up there a little bit. Yeah, we got to float that here. Float new size. There we go. All right, let's pull this back up here. Sorry about that. And now we need to get a return on a lot of things. So, public int get texture ID and return texture ID. Public stbtt baked char dot buffer get c data return c data. Public float get font size return font size. Public float get ascent return ascent. Public float get descent and return. One more. Public float get line gap return line gap. Whew. And guess what? We're done. We're done with that class. Save it. I'm sorry I lied to you. I lied to you. And I apologize for that. new class, font renderer. Font private STBTT aligned quad equal STBTT aligned quad dot malloc. I'm sorry guys, I totally forgot. I forgot about this, and I forgot about one other class. I am so sorry, but we need these. Okay, we need them. All right, float. Yes, float buffer x buff equals buffer utils, not is, tils, create float buffer 1. And we can copy and paste this because, come on. Would you just, all right, man, we gotta change it first. It's gonna be Y, so just, it's the only difference. Come on. Oh yeah, float buffer takes forever. There we go. Don't know why, but float buffer takes forever to import. All right. Private font renderer font this dot font equals font. Public void raw text string text float x float y draw text x y 1f 1f 1f. And it's just going to default it to white. And then this one, why is that? Interesting. I don't know why that's in error. Float y, float x, string text. We'll keep going and see what happens. Void raw text string text float x float y. Maybe I need that one up there as well. Float R float G float B. There we go. Okay. Crazy. Oh yeah, because that's white, this is color. Okay, makes sense. Alright, GL11.GL enable, and in here GL11.GL underscore texture underscore 2D. Okay. Then we need to bind the texture, so we've got GL11.GL bind texture. There's going to be GL11.GL underscore texture 2D, and this is going to be not 0 but font dot get texture ID. Okay. Oh my god, GL11.GL color. By the way, Roy, if you ever watch this video, Roy Snow, if you ever watch this video, I love the way you said color. Okay? Loved it. RGB 1F. I could listen to it all day long. Xbuff dot put, and it's going to be 0, x and y. Buff dot put, it's going to be 0, y. Alrighty then. Alright, after that, GL11.GL begin. And what's funny is, just as I was getting this down, GL underscore, I found out that quads. And if I wanted to do, it's 11. The 3D, this GL begin, and I needed to get away from it. Needed to use more vertex, and yeah. I mean, it works, but that's what made it so much slower, because it draws every single thing through every. Anyway, as we get into 3D, I'll get into that a little bit better. Int y and 0, I less than the text length. Then I plus. Right. C equals text dot character at I. And if C less than 32, can't believe I did that. I can't stand there not being spaces. I can't believe I did that. Or C greater than 128. Continue. S to be true type sv tt underscore get. No, stop doing it. Baked quad font dot get c data. No, comma 1.4 comma 1.4 comma c minus 32 comma x buff comma y buff comma quad and true. Fun times, my friend. Fun times. Did I type it wrong? What's funny is the second one is exactly what I typed. Get baked quad. STBTT. SBTTT. Sure. There you go. Whatever. Maybe there was a mistype there. That's what it should be, so whatever. Alright. GL11.gl text chord to F quad dot S0 boink comma wad dot T 0 boink GL11 dot GL vertex to F quad dot X X0 why is it being weird anyway? Get rid of the G quad dot Y0. Okay. This. Copy it. And yeah, we've just got to change a few things on it. So paste, paste, and paste. And we're just going to go to the second one. That is S1. Alright. Still T0. And this is X1. Still Y0. This one, anyone who's made a square rectangle knows exactly what we're doing. T1, and then X1 and Y1. And also, if you can do any deductive reasoning, right, you know that this S is going to stay 0 on this one, the T is going to be 1, the X will stay 0, and the Y will be 1. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Alright, we're almost there, guys. Hang in there. I promise. I promise it's worth it. 11.gl end. And gl 11.gl disable gl 11.gl underscore texture underscore to D. And we have to reset the color. GL11 dot GL color for F. Well, I guess, I mean, you don't have to, but it's smart. All right, and we're just going to go back to white. There we go. Okay. We'll have two more methods. Okay. Public void draw text centered string text float center X float Y, float R, float G, float, not gloat, float, no, stop that, float G. Alright, inside here, float text width equals get text width text and raw text center X, oh, nope, not comma, minus text width divided by 2. Now we comment Y, comma R, comma G, comma B. Okay, and now we're going to make, you guessed it, public float. The only thing we have left to make, text width string text. Oh, okay. Float buffer x equals buffer utils dot create float buffer 1. And we can copy paste, do the same thing for y. Alright, and then x dot put 0, 0f. Y dot put 0, 0f. STBTT aligned quad Q equal STBTT aligned quad dot malloc. STBTT baked char dot buffer C data equals font dot get C data. Alright. And then for char C text dot to character array blink if C is then 32 C greater than 128 continue std through type dot stdtt underscore get baked quad C data, and I'm just going to erase all of this and come back and type it in. Alright, 1024, comma, 1024, comma C minus 32, comma X, comma Y, comma Q, comma true. Did not mean for that to rhyme. I swear, it's just how it worked out. Right? Then Q dot free and return X dot get 0. And we're done. That is the font renderer class. Yay! I wish it were that simple, guys. I really do. I really, really do wish it were that simple. All right, how big is this? So we're going to have to divide this because we're at an hour now. How big? Holy cow. It never seems that much when I'm setting this up. I promise it doesn't. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So in our main package, we need a new class, and we're going to name this one UI. Ooh. All right. In here, we are going to need game. And public font that's why it looks wrong. Renderer. And actually, here, at this point, just copy. I'm going to move that down a little bit, but copy it. And we need to paste it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is title font. This one is dialogue font. Oop. This one is default font. This one is menu font. And this one is game over font. And we actually needed one more. This one is story font. Alright, public boolean message on equals false. Public string message equals. I always do that. I never capitalize the S on string. I don't know why. See? Even there. Like I hit shift, it just never capitalizes. Public. Nope. This one is just int. Message counter equals 0. Public. Equals 0. Public. And title. Screen. State. Equals 0. Private. And font texture. Private STVTT font info font info. And we'll go ahead and import that. Private STVTT aligned quad equal STVTT aligned quad dot malloc. Private float font size equals 32. And I mean, you can set the font size to whatever you want it to be. That's just what I chose to have. All right, now our first constructor, public UI. We need to pass a game in here. And I mean, I think another thing too is I try to save us time in the future by adding things that we're going to need in the future in here, so that may take up a lot of the time. All right, and then we need a try, and this is a catch, so catch exception e dot print stack trace. All right. Default font equal new font render new font, and then we're going to tell it where we're going to get the font from. Fonts /n. I think I just did Arial, right? That was the only one. Yeah, that was the only one I brought over. Okay, so Arial dot ttf and comma 22f, and change the size there too. All right. Did I miss something? This parts. This should not have been there. This should rust here. What are we? And we're missing the other. There we go. Wait, why change it? Oh, haha. There we go. I don't know why I did that. All right, so now we can, since I only did Arial, we can copy this and what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then instead of default fault, we just go ahead and, you know what, this should actually be up here. I like it better up there. All right, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, paste, copy and paste. And so if you had a different font, this is where once you put it into your font folder, that's where you could do that at. And you could have different sizes and all of that. So, yeah. Yeah, right now I'll stick with this, and you can change the font size. All right, then that's it for that. Right, so now we have this. We need public float. I think yeah. Go back to your font renderer, copy this, bring it back over, and paste it here. And we're going to change a few things. All right, so we got float buffer X, Y. We need float width. Okay. Float width equals 0. We also need to change what we're passing through here, because here we're going to pass the font renderer here. And string text. There we go. All right, so that's 0. Float X, float Y, XY put 0, 0, aligned quad Q, baked char over C data, and instead of font, we're going to do font renderer dot font dot get C data. All right, just to make sure this is correct, FC32 128. Yep. And then after this, we do have one more thing. Width plus equals Q dot X1 minus Q dot X0. Okay. Then we got Q free. Return not this. We need to return the width. Okay, good. All right, now we need a draw method. Public void draw GL enable. No, that's right. GL dot enable. I bet GL underscore texture underscore 2D. I bet because we don't have GL11 dot. Alright. Now we just import it. There we go. And then GL underscore texture 2D. What is wrong with you? Let's try it again. GL underscore texture. Oh my gosh. GL11 dot GL GL underscore. Let's make sure it's right. GL underscore that's going to drive me insane. Can we do it now? Can we do GL enable? I'm still learning this, so blend. It's not going to work, is it? Nope. Wow. GL11 dot. You would need. I'll show you the what you need to import so you don't have to keep typing GL11. Alright, GL11 dot GL blend. There we go. So yeah, so you would need this line right here. Let me get it for you. Maybe I don't have it on here. But it imports the entire GL11, the OpenGL library, and I need to get it and make sure we put it everywhere. All right, blend function GL11 dot GL underscore src alpha. And this one is GL11.GL underscore 1 minus src alpha. Alright. Got that there. Oh. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay. That's it, right? That's the end of that. That's all we need. Yes. Right? Yes. Okay. All right. If GP dot, and I think we don't have this set up yet, but we will. Game state equal GP dot title state. Sorry, my eye itches. Then draw title screen. And yes, I know we don't have any of that yet, but we'll come back to it. Because again, if you've watched my other videos, I don't like jumping back and forth. If gp.gameState, we will make these, I promise. Equal gp. And this just locks me into finishing this, right? Character select state. Then draw character select screen. And if gp.gameState equal gp.play state, we will do whatever we need for that. Okay. So now public void draw title screen. Look at that. One of the errors disappeared. Yay! All right. GL11.gl clear color, and we're just going to make sure we don't have anything there. And GL11.gl clear, and we want the buffer bits. It's not going to give it to us. Unbelievable. Is it down? Nope. Okay. Clear. No, that's not. GL clear. There we go. That's where we were trying to go. GL underscore. No. GL11 dot GL underscore color. We're looking for buffer bits. All right. And I'm going to scoot it down a little bit so you can see what's going on here. GL11 dot GL enable GL11 dot GL underscore texture 2D and GL11 dot GL enable do we have blend? Do we get blend? We do not. So GL11 dot GL underscore blend. Okay, and then finally GL11 dot GL blend. Ooh. Blend function. And we need GL11 dot GL underscore src alpha and GL11 dot GL underscore 1 minus src alpha. Okay. Now we're getting to the meat of this a little bit. So if title screen state is 0, then renderer dot draw 0, comma 0, GP dot screen width and GP dot screen height. Yes, it is. It is. That should be there already. Where's it at? Yes. Are you goofy? Whatever. I don't know what's wrong with that. That is so weird. It is. It's right there. Why is it not? I don't know why it's not taking it. Huh. Oh, haha. 0. There we go. Look at me being goofy. Alright. String title equal whatever you want your title to be. Put it there. Hmm. Oh, we haven't made renderer class yet. Yes. That makes sense. Okay. Title font dot draw text centered. And we got title, and we're going to be gp dot screen width divided by 2f. And this is going to be gp dot tile size times 4. And this is 0f. This is 1f and 0f. And we can copy and paste this. And we'll go height this time. I want it to be right in the center of the screen. This time though, 2f, and this is just for mine. However you want yours set up, that's how you'll need to adjust it. You play with it, you'll find it. We're good. Tile size times 4 plus 3. Okay. And then all of this, nope, wait, did I do that right there? Yes. This is 0f and this is 1f. There we go. Alright, so, and this is going to make it green and blue. So you kind of get that overlapping kind of shadow thing going on there. Okay. Alright. This is for drawing those, so that's not that big of a deal. Alright. We'll add those later. Add crystals here. or really whatever you want visually on your screen. So if you remember with mine on this one, we've got these, maybe not, I guess I don't have those there. Anyways, there's usually two crystals right here. Okay. Apparently on that one I don't have the crystal texture implemented there either. All right, now let's go to menu items. Okay, or options rather. I think I have, yeah. All right, string, and we're going to array options equal new game load game comma quit. Close the bracket and int start y equals tile size times 10. And this is just where we're going to put the int spacing equals 80. For int I equals 0, I less than options dot length I express. Kudos to you for making it this far. Oh my gosh. All right. Int y equals start y plus I times spacing. If command num equal I, menu font dot raw text centered, and we are going to draw our little arrow. Plus options I comma gp dot screen width divided by 2f comma y comma 1f comma 1f comma 0f. And that just makes it gold. Right. Else menu dot font. Wait, nope. Menu font dot draw text centered. This is going to be options Y. And we'll go ahead and delete all this again. And gp dot, my hands are getting tired, guys. Screen width divided by 2f, comma y, comma 1f, comma 1f, comma 1f. And that just makes it white. This up here. All right. If title screen state is 1, renderer dot draw colored y again, we haven't made this yet, so don't get caught up on it, okay? It is going to be an error for a minute. And then we'll get to it. It's the next thing on the list. Screen width gp dot screen height. Okay, this next part is completely up to you. And I'm going to go down there. So you're going to put string story text equals whatever you want it to be, okay, in the world. Okay, that's where you're going to put the story text. So after you start the game, you click start or load, depending, it goes to that. Okay. Mine was really long, so here's what I had to do. So I'd have a long sentence, okay, and where I wanted it to break, it's going to have to be in there, so there would be a period. It was usually typically 2 to 3 sentences long. I would break it, and it gives the plus, and you continue writing, okay? In the world, here, I'll just do this. Second, kind of like paragraph, I guess. As you play around with it, you'll figure it out. And then again, you go on the outside of the quote. Nope, I was wrong. Go on the inside of the quote. And you start there, third paragraph. So on and so forth, okay? And then int line height. Again, this is completely up to you, however you want, how tall you want your lines to be. And then we have string story lines. I don't know. Yeah. Gotta have my spaces. Equal story text dot split. I believe, and this is everything that will split it, okay? There you go. You might want to spend a little bit of time on it, but pretty much it's just question mark less than equal / period, whatever that bracket's called, / comma, another bracket, / exclamation point, question mark, and then question mark equals split. Okay. All right. Now, we need to calculate the starting y, so it's all float total height equals story lines dot length times line height. Float. Oh, sorry, I'm getting way down there, aren't I? Float start y equals gp dot screen height minus total height divided by 2f. 4 int I equals 0. And guys, I'm not doing this on purpose. I have thought a lot about going back and if I could shorten videos up any at all. But there's just so much within each class that you need. That I've done. I don't think that I've over shared getting this stuff put together for you. Like I said, if someone knows a better way, a shorter way to do some of this stuff, I am all for it. But I do, this is going to be a two-part too. GP dot, probably, screen width divided by 2f, comma, text y, comma, 0f, comma, 0f, comma, 1f, and this just makes it blue. Okay. Oh, yep. There we go. Draw center text. Draw text centered. Storylines. Oh, that's, yeah. Hi. There we go. It's always something, isn't it? All right. I think, by the looks of it, nope. We've got at least one more thing. There we go. Sorry, I thought that was a closing bracket. Yep, we've got one last method in here, guys. Okay. Public void draw. Oh yeah, we gotta draw the character select screen, huh? Select screen. This is easy, I promise. Right. And then come back up here. We need the buffer bit and the clear color. Oh, that's it. It saves us a little bit of typing. Okay. All right. Float title y equals 200. Title font dot draw text centered. All right, and this is nope. Choose your character. Right. And then this is gp dot screen width divided by 2f, comma, title y, comma, 1f, comma, 1f, comma, 1f. Just to make it white. Yeah? Okay. Float. And this is character options. Float option 1 y equals 450. Float option 2y equals 550. And we're going to draw warrior in red and mage in green. Alright. Title. And you can use whatever font we set up earlier, right? Whatever you've got. On my actual game, I've got different kinds of fonts just to make it look better. For the purpose of this, I just went with Arial to keep everything simple. Draw text centered, and we're going to have warrior. Dot screen width by 2f, comma option 1y, comma 1f, comma 0f, comma 0. Alright, that's warrior. Here's mage. And we can just kind of copy and paste this down there. I mean, it's the same elements essentially. So instead of warrior, it's mage. And instead of 1y, it is 2y. And instead of 1, 0, 0, it is 0, 1, 0. All right. Okay, and now we just need to tell our cursor what to do. So float cursor R, and this changes the color of the cursor, by the way. Command num equals 0 on F 0F. Right. And now we can copy and paste and change a few things. So copy that. Paste, paste, and that's, yeah. So R, G, and of course B. And then we've got, that stays the same. This changes though, we got 0, and this goes to 1. All right, so we're going to change the color, red for warrior, green for mage, and then blue stays blue. And we can actually take that part out. All right, last thing. Int cursor y equals int command num equals 0 question mark option 1y or option 2y. Oh, there. And then title font dot draw text. We're going with the cursor. All right. And this is going to be gp.tile size times 15. And this is going to be cursor Y, comma, cursor R, comma, cursor G, comma, cursor B. Bada bing, bada boom, and that class is done. All right. Now then, with our next class, I'm sorry guys. All right, this one is going to be our renderer class, okay? R-E-N-D-E-R-E-R, renderer. I think no. Okay. I was going to try. All right. I was really going to try. All right. Public static void draw textured quad int texture ID int x int y int width and height. Okay. GL11.GL enable GL11.GL underscore texture 2D. GL11.GL find texture GL11.GL underscore texture 2D texture ID. Okay. Then GL11.GL color for F. And we just need one F all the way across. There you go, just like that. Alright, GL11.GL begin, GL11.GL underscore quads. GL11.GL text chord 2F. We'll just do that one. Okay, so with this, we're going to copy it. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 all together. So 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be 0, 0, and then we're also going to have another parameter here, which is going to be, I'm going to do that, and then it's going to be GL11.GL vertex 2F. Yep. And this is going to be X and Y. Okay. And then we can get rid of one of those. And do I not need that since I've already got it on that side? Oh, I bet this. There we go. All right. And then this you're going to copy, paste. Guess we could have done it all at once, right? Whatever. Okay, and then of course we're going to 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. And X, Y, and then X plus width. Okay. And this one is X plus width and Y plus width. And then this one is just Y plus width. And then GL11.GL end. And GL11.GL disable GL11.GL underscore texture 2D. Void. I can't stand when it starts way over there. All right. No. Actually, I want it right there. All right. Public void. Public static void. My bad. Void raw. Word. Quad, float R, float G, float B, int width, int height. Now, everything that we just did up here, we can copy and paste down here, but there's going to be a few exceptions. Instead of this being enable, disable. Okay? Disable, and then right after this we've got gl11.gl color 3f r comma g comma b. Okay, and then don't find the texture anymore, so we get rid of that, and we don't need this. And then we begin our quads, and x, y, x plus width, except on this one, y is height. Okay, there we go. And we can get rid of this side, so that all we're left with now is that. Okay, and we keep the end, and this time instead of disable, GL enable. All right. We want to enable our texture 2D after that. And now this part is for future, so just bear with me. Static void raw rounded window. Like I said, I'm trying to keep everything that we're going to need. We do everything up to, so we're going to copy all of this and we're going to add a few things to it. Okay. All right, in front of this we need, we've got int, so we just need float a. Okay, come back to the front, and int radius. Okay, come back to the front. And actually, let's put these at the end. Okay, so at the end we're going to have a boolean draw outline and float r, float og, float, no, not OF, OG, float OB, and float OA. Alright, and then I'm going to break that right there. Bring that down so you can see it better. Alright, and then what's the rest of that look like? Can we copy and paste to save some time? No, it's not really worth it. Okay, so gl11.gl disable gl11.gl underscore texture 2D gl11.gl enable gl11.gl underscore blend gl11.gl blend function C alpha, and of course the same one we've been doing with that this whole time, dot GL underscore SRC 1 minus SRC. Okay. And now we're just drawing our text window now. That's kind of what we're doing. All right. GL color. Oh, come on. GL11.GL color for F R G B A. A for alpha, so we'll have some transparency in there. All right. GL11.GL begin. GL11.GL underscore polygon. Raw rounded rect vertices x comma y comma width comma height comma radius. GL11.GL end. If from outline, why? How do you get 2? That's really weird. All right, if from outline, GL11.GL color for F, and we're going to make this OR, OG, OB, and OA. GL11.GL line width, and that's going to be 2F. GL11.GL begin, and GL11.GL underscore line loop. Draw rounded right vertices x, y, width. Another reason is because honestly, some of these classes, once they're made, we'll never come back to them again. Never. Because they'll have everything that we need already there. So again, thank you for sticking through it, right? I know this is a lot. We're approaching 2 hours now. I get it. A lot. So I just want to let you know that I appreciate you sticking with it. And I hope you appreciate what we're doing here and enjoy making your 2D game. Again, at this point, if you're like, you know what, this is just too much, I wanted a quick game that I can just kind of tinker around with every once in a while, I highly encourage you go watch Roy Snow's videos. Okay? Alright, I lost track of what I was doing here. Dot GL underscore texture 2D. Alright, his, I mean, honestly, you could put his together in probably a day, maybe 2. Alright. I mean, I guess if you're Saturday and you've got nothing else to do, you could probably get through all my videos, but let's be honest, these are long. And was not my intention for them to be this long. I just noticed that it's like, you know, why not make the draw renderer all at once, or the renderer class all at once? Why not make the font renderer class all at once? Those are things we're never going to come back to, but we need them to make our titles, so we'll just go through all of them. Go through all of it, right? So anyways, yeah. All right, draw rounded vertices. We need to pass int x, int y, int width, int height, int radius. Yeah. Okay. And we're just trying to approximate the rounded corners here. The bigger the number, the more round you get, right? This one just gives 10 per corner, 10 segments per corner to make it round. Okay. All right. And for int I equals 0, I less than or equal to segments I plus plus. And we're almost to the end. There's going to be some copy and paste here. So double angle equals math dot 2 radians, which is 180 plus 90 times I divided by segments. GL11.GL vertex 2F, and we need float x plus 2li, x plus radius plus math CS angle times radius. Comma. Float y plus radius plus math dot send angle times radius. Okay. And this is here, top left corner. Okay. All right. I hope we do this right. So this is going to be top right corner, bottom right, bottom left. Okay. So let's go ahead and identify them. This one is going to be top right. This one is bottom left. No, this one is bottom right. This one is bottom left. Okay. Now then, at the top right corner, this one right here, everything stays the same except this is 270 plus 90 and x plus width, x plus width minus the radius, okay, plus the math. And y plus radius, max and angle required times radius. Okay. Now then, the bottom right corner, is 0 plus 90, and it is x plus width minus radius plus math, y plus height minus radius plus math. All right, now in the bottom left corner, it is going to be 90 and 90. Okay. And it is going to be x plus radius plus math, y plus height minus radius plus math. All right, I'm going to double check just to make sure we got it right. So 180, 90, 180, 90, radius plus math, radius plus math. 270 plus 90, width minus radius, y plus radius plus math. Okay. 0 plus 90, width minus radius, height minus radius, and then 90 plus 90, radius plus math, height minus radius plus math. All right, we're good. Guess what? Done. Boom. Now we can get back to just changing some things, okay? So we'll go ahead and save that. All right. In our controller class, okay, we need to add a few things up here. Okay. We're going to add byte buffer buttons equal glfw get joystick buttons glfw underscore joystick underscore 1. Okay. Oh, yes. I don't know why it doesn't import it for us, but we need just copy and paste this one. Should have it already. Yeah. And instead of axes, it's going to be buttons. There you go. All right, and then we're going to do float buffer axes equal glfw get joystick axes. That does not need to be capitalized. Joystick axes glfw underscore joystick underscore 1. All right. And then let's see here. Got previous down. Yes. Okay. So all of these D-pads. Okay. I need to copy them, and I put a space in there, and it's going to be upstate title screen. Okay, so just copy that title screen right there and paste it there. All right, and down here under handle controller inputs, see, we've got this here, so whatever. That's why we already had that import. We need title screen. We're going to call the method we're getting ready to make, and character select. All right. All right. I hope that was my chair. That was weird. All right. All right. Let's create our title screen. Well, the controls for it. Public. Because I believe, well, we've got some errors, so it wouldn't launch anyway. Title screen. Here, let's do this. We should be able to just comment this out, and we should be able to launch it. Oh, where's the error? UI. Oh yeah, because here, you know what? Yeah, we still got to make the game state spec in. Okay, never mind. We haven't made the game states. That's just one line. We'll be fine. Let's get this done. All right. If gp dot game state not equal gp dot title state, return. Let's come up here. You know what? It's probably a good idea anyway. Copy that, paste it here, paste again, except this is going to be byte buffer, and this is going to be buttons, and this is going to be buttons. Okay. And if buttons, whoa, if buttons are null, return. Int dpad up state equals buttons dot get, and this is 10. This is for an Xbox controller. If you're using something different, it might be different. I don't know. Okay, but this is just for an Xbox controller. Int dpad down state equals buttons dot get, and this one is 12. Int a button state equals buttons dot get glfw underscore gamepad underscore button underscore a. If gpad, oh no, hang on. If gp.ui dot title screen state equals 0, and don't worry about the UI being an error. It's because we haven't passed UI into, or we haven't declared UI inside of game yet. We will. I promise we'll get there. All right. If dpad up state equal glfw underscore pass and previous dpad up state title screen Huh. Interesting. Okay. Equal GLFW underscore release. Is it? No. TITLE screen. There we go. It's like, what? Okay. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. gp.ui.command num minus. Okay. And if gp.ui.command num less than 0, gp.ui.command num equal 2. If dpad down state equal glfw underscore press and previous dpad down state title screen equal glfw underscore release. gp.ui.command num plus. If gp.ui.command num greater than 2, gp.ui.command num equal 0. And all that's doing is just wrapping it, right? And lets it wrap itself back around. All right, now we're going to confirm our selection. If a button state equal glfw underscore press and previous a button state equal glfw underscore release. And we can switch gp.ui.command num case 0 new game. gp.ui.title screen state equal 1. Break. Oh, that's not supposed, nope. There we go. It's a colon, not a semicolon. All right, then we do a break and case 1. This is load game. gp.ui.title screen state equal 1. We'll come back in and fill these things in later. All right. Right now, load game, new game, they're doing the same thing. It's just going to take you to the play state. All right, we got the break, and then case 2. Case 2 is quit. And system dot exit. 0 break. Not bread, break. Bread sounds good though. I'm kind of hungry. Else, if gp.ui.title screen state 1, and for this is story screen if it's a new game or ready for character select if it's load game. I think that's how it should work. All right. If a button state is glfw underscore press and previous a button state. By the way, as we continue through this, I will most likely be copying and pasting a lot of this stuff because we will reuse a lot of these button rules, I guess. So yeah, be prepared for that. All right, gp.ui. Because a lot of our buttons will do some of the same, or a lot of our same buttons will do multiple things. String state equals 0, gp.ui.none equals 0, and gp.game state equal gp.character select state. Okay. Now we just need to reset our buttons. So after we've selected everything, see like this. So we take previous A button and previous down and previous up. And they are all going to equal a state, their original state. All right. And this one is equal D had up state. And this one equals D had down state. All right, next method. Public void character select. All right, if gp dot game state not equal gp dot character state. Okay, we'll come back up here and we're going to get these again. Again, I haven't tested it. I don't know if you need these in every method, but why not? All right. If buttons equal null, return. Oh, I wonder if that's why I had. Okay, so real quick, we're going to take these, we're going to copy them, and we're going to say 1 here. All right,
And then down in here, this is 1, and this is 1, and then this is 1, and this is 1. Okay? And it looks like all the way from here up to right there. Okay? That right there. Well, hang on here. Let's go ahead and grab this. Put that there. Okay. And then yeah. We'll just grab these. No, not the title screen state. Okay. And these don't have the 1. Alright. So we got D-pad up state, release, title screen state, release, command num minus, command num less than 0, command num, this is going to be 1. And then we got down pad state, title screen release, command num plus, greater than 1, because we only have the 2 selections, that is right. And now we have the A button selection. So if this, okay, if A button, if gp.ui dot command num is 0, gp dot selected class equals player type dot warrior. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And gp dot player equal new player warrior gp this. Boom. And then we'll import player warrior. And we'll do the same thing for Mage. If, oh, not if. No, sir. Else. gp.selected class. This may have to change if I add more than 2. gp.player equal new player page gp this. Because I think it, or it just continues to be else statements. That could be it too. Actually, I think that makes more sense. All right. And then after this, gp dot game state equal gp dot play state. And we reset our buttons. And take the 1 out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that should be it for the UI. Okay. So, come back to game. All right. I'll give you a second. Look, I moved some stuff. I just have it on my notes that I moved it. Right, so, yeah. I think I just rearranged some stuff actually. I put all this stuff up here. So, yeah. And actually, you know what? This should probably be public. I'm not a big fan of private because you end up needing it. All right, UI. Okay. And then also, I changed my max screen call to 40 and 22. This just approximates a full screen without needing full screen. Okay? All right. Now we come down here under is running, and we're going to add public int command none equal 0. It's just going to default to Mage. All right. And we're going to add our game states here. Actually, I'm going to add game states under player. Public int game state. Public final int title state. And this is going to be 0. Public final int character select state. This is going to be 1. And public final int play state. And this is going to be 2. Alright, and now I changed some things down here too. Okay. So this is no longer window width, but screen width. This is screen height. Okay, that stays the same. And now we have to add in some new calls inside our init. So we've got glfw vid mode equals glfw get video mode glfw get primary monitor that is not capitalized. glfw. There you go. All right, import this. Int window x equals vid node width minus screen width divided by 2. Nope, not inside, outside. Divided by 2. There you go. This we can copy and paste, and we'll just do it for the Y. Okay. Paste that. Y. And instead of width, it is height. And instead of screen width, it is screen height. And it's divided by 2 plus 18. Might be different for your monitor. That's what I had to do to make mine look right. So, or get it where I wanted it. glfw set set window position window X window Y. Alright. And then of course that. Why is that? Did I
Is that up there? Ah. There we go. I just can't spell. All right.
And then we'll come down, and this changed to screen width and screen height. Okay, and again, all this does is take it from that little bitty window and makes it approximate full screen without having to put in a whole bunch of new logic yet. All right, so we've got tile M UI. We need UI. Probably right here would be best. UI equals new UI, and we're passing this. Okay, and then oh yeah, I moved that too. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's put it under here. Game state equals title state. So now the game will always start on the title state. All right, and we're just going to move it right above is running. Okay. All right, and then so underneath the swaps here, the swap buffers, we need glfw glfw pull events. Okay. That's going to pull our controller information, and we need to do the same thing so we can just copy. Yeah. Just copy that part right there. All right, come down to update, and as soon as update starts, we want to go ahead and pull the controller. Now then, under controller connected, right here, yeah, right there. All right, if game state equal title state, if controller connected const h dot title screen, else if game state equals character select state, if controller connected, I don't think I need this, but we'll see. Const h dot character select. Alright. Else if game state equal play state, if player not equal null, player dot handle controller input, player dot update. And then down in render, as soon as we clear it and before we draw the tiles, we need if game state else if game state equal character select state UI dot draw character select screen. Character select. What did I forget? I don't see. Oh, I see. CH. Ah. CH. AR. There we go. That'll work. All right. And then else if game state equal play state. And we'll move this up in there. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Guess what? That's it. 2.5 hours. All right. Let's see. Hey, here we go. Moment of truth. We're going to run this bad boy. Well, make sure my controller's on. All right. We're going to run this bad boy and see what happens. Boom. 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 All right. What's up here? Character state. GP dot character state. What? Do we not get it? Character select state. Is that what I had it as? I thought I had it as character state. Let's see what I got here. I need to go back one more. All right. Yeah, character select state. Okay. So it's just wrong. All right, my bads. That should be character select state. What's going on? I bet it's the same thing. Draw, renderer, draw. All right. So that's the error right there. Having that import, that's the error. Glad we got that worked out. And controller went off again. All right, so we've got a lot of editing obviously to do there. All right, so, wow, that is not lined up at all, is it? Huh. Huh. Somewhat. There's got to be some variation back here. I'm willing to bet. I think I was supposed to get rid of some things. Namely that and that. I bet that made the difference. What? Closer. On what?
That's it. Right there. Maybe not. Why is the blue is way off? They're both supposed to be screen width. Alright, that makes sense now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I need to look at the last 20 minutes or so of it, cut it out. But anyways, there you go. And then, of course, well, we'll have to look at that, the up on it. Alright. And we'll look at that, and then new game. Yeah, okay. We got some work to do. Oh, right there. Upstate. Upstate. That fixes it, I guarantee it. Yep. All right. All right, guys. After a lot of sorting, a lot of fixing, the only thing I'm gonna leave the same is the fonts that I moved over, and all I brought over was the Gabriola. That was it. Right. Yeah. So with all those fixes, and hopefully you saw, I use the other one to find the errors, but I don't leave what I paste in there. I fix the actual code, right? I'll let you. I'll leave it where it is. Each one will be about an hour and a half long, and yeah. And next time, I think we expand our world and give 2 different textures for our characters. I think that's what we'll do. We'll implement an actual world that we can move around in. So yeah. So we'll expand on the tile manager and start working from there. Until next time.